Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. I'm Angie and this is Our Contented Home. In this video, I'm sharing another DIY, and if you're new to my channel or if you missed any of my videos, I thrifted the whole month of January and shared those videos with you. I'll put a link in the description box below that you can click on and watch in case you missed that. And then for the month of February, I'm sharing DIYs and different things that I'm doing to those thrifted finds that I found in January. So recently, in one of my thrifted videos, I shared that I found a cast iron skillet. It was marked for $5.99, but it was rusty and kind of grimy. I ended up getting it because I knew that I could clean it and season it well and return it to its former glory. Now, I do pass on cast iron pans if they have a hole in them or if they're broken or if they have a wobbly base. I always pass on those. But if it does have a little rust, I know that I can clean it and season it and use it in my kitchen for a very long time. In today's video, I am sharing how I season my cast iron skillets that I thrift and use them again in my kitchen. So y'all enjoy! When you buy a cast iron skillet straight from the factory, it is usually already seasoned, so you can skip this step. But since mine came from the thrift store, I want to make sure that it's completely clean and rust free. So I do use Dawn dish soap to give it a good cleaning, and I use a sponge and scrub it really well and make sure that all that rust and grime is off of it before I put any kind of food in it. And I know that a lot of people don't like to use soap on their cast iron skillets, but after I season it this time, I will clean it with coarse salt from now on, but just this initial time I want to make sure that it is completely clean. So I clean it on the top and the bottom with the soap, making sure that I get everything clean, everything grime free, so that it's ready to use. And when you do wash it with soap, you want to make sure that you rinse all that soap off and make sure it's completely gone, soap free, grime and rust free, and then we're ready to move to the next step. After your skillet is completely clean, now you want to dry it, and you want to make sure that you get all the moisture out of the pan before you season it. So I just take a clean dish towel and I give my pan a good drying. And you want to make sure you do this because when you season it with the oil, if it has any kind of moisture, it will not bond with the iron. And so there will be places on it that don't season well. And also, if you put it up with a little bit of moisture in it, it's going to rust again. And you're going to have to clean it and season it again. So you want to make sure that your pan is completely dry. Next, it's time to add the oil, and this is the seasoning part of your skillet. So I use vegetable oil, but I've read that any kind of oil is fine for this process. And I add about 2 tablespoons of the vegetable oil, and I use a clean paper towel, and I just rub it all over my pan. I get the inside coated really well, and this pan was so dry that it needed a lot of oil. So I just rubbed it all in. You rub it all on the handle, and then you turn it over and you do the back of it too. You make sure the pan is really coated with oil, getting all those spots really well, and you can already tell the difference in this pan, how shiny it looks, and this will just make your pan last for a long time. So after you do that, then you want to get another paper towel and wipe off the excess oil. Place your pan in a 500-degree oven for an hour, and the reason why we want it so high for so long is so the oil can reach a smoking point and it will not be sticky when you take it out. I always put a piece of tinfoil in the bottom of my oven so that it can catch any leaks that may leak off of it, and then I place my pan upside down onto the rack and then just let it cook. After your pan has completely cooked for an hour, leave it in your oven and allow it to completely cool before you touch it. After it's completely cooled, you can either store it or cook something in your perfectly seasoned pan. You will notice that everything browns better it's non-stick, and your food just generally tastes better. After you've cooked in your pan, clean it really well and then do this oiling process again. Just rub the oil all over it, wipe the excess off with a paper towel, and then you can just add this to your stove and let it reach the smoking point, and then when it cools down, you can store it. And you just do this process every time after you use it to keep it in tip-top shape and make it last for years. I hope this video inspires you to pick up a cast iron skillet from your thrift store, clean it well, and season it and cook in it for years and years. I've just started using cast iron in our kitchen and I love it so much. And also cooking in cast iron has its benefits. And just to name a few, if you season it correctly, it can become non-stick, which we know how wonderful that is. And it also increases the iron in our diets. And so that's always good. You can check out my blog for more tips and tricks on seasoning a cast iron pan, and you can also read on the other benefits of using cast iron. As always, thank y'all so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, and you can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and my blog, Our Contented Home. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.